here we need to simplify the following complex fraction. A complex fraction is a fraction where you have embedded smaller fractions in a larger fraction. The first step to easily simplifying the complex fraction is to find the least common denominator of all the little mini fractions. That requires factoring. So I'm going to rewrite this fraction by factoring out the denominators. X squared minus 1, that's the difference of two squares. That factors to x minus 1, x plus 1. And 6x minus 6, a 6 comes out as a greatest common factor, leaving us with an x minus 1 in the middle, in the denominator. In the bottom, there are no fractions, there are no ways to factor the x minus 1 and the x minus 1, so we'll leave those alone. Let's clean that up. Okay, now what I like to do is take the common denominator. In this case, the common denominator with all of those fractions is a 6, an x minus 1, and an x plus 1. And I'm going to take that common denominator and multiply it to each term in my entire fraction. That's going to be kind of jumbled, so I'm going to need to use both sides here in the numerator. So this will have a 6 and an x minus 1 and an x plus 1. And then over here, a 6 and x minus 1 and an x plus 1. And same thing in the denominator. A 6, an x minus 1, and an x plus 1. And a 6, and an x minus 1, and an x plus 1. What we've essentially done is, in red, we've multiplied by an ugly version of the number 1. The wonderful thing about this is lots is going to cancel now. So I'm going to get a yellow pen to start canceling. In this first fraction, the x minus 1 cancels with the x minus 1. The x plus 1 cancels with the x plus 1. And what we're left with in the first fraction is just 6 times 3x, or 18x. Okay. In the second fraction, the x minus 1's cancel, and the 6's cancel. So we're left with the 5 and the x plus 1. So plus 5 and the x plus 1. Okay, in the first one in the denominator, we've got the x minus 1's cancel, leaving us with a 6 and an x plus 1. And for the last denominator, the x minus 1's cancel, leaving us with a 6 times 6, or a 36, and an x plus 1. Okay, all that's left to do now is to distribute and combine some like terms. So let's see, in the numerator, we have 18x plus 5x plus 5, leaving us with 23x plus 5. In the denominator, we're going to have 6x plus 6 and 36x plus 36, leaving us with, let's see, 42x plus 42. The last thing we always want to do is check to see if anything factors and reduces in our final answer. But the numerator, the 23x and the 5, has no common factors. While the denominator does factor a little bit, nothing will reduce. So this is an acceptable form of our answer.